Hey guys, welcome back to Midwest Long Range. Today we have the return of the Vudoo 360. It's been gone for a little bit. You noticed it may not have been in as many videos as it has, but it's back today. I'm going to tell you all about it and we're going to get it on the range. All right guys, there was a little closer look at the setup as it sits today. There are going to be a few things changing on it, but nothing drastic. I've got the Contessa QD mount on here right now. It's got me up a little taller than I want to be, but I have another rifle that I think that mount's going to go really, really good on. But I've got a set of Hawkins heavy tactical lower rings that are probably going to go on here. But that setup is loaned out. So other than that, you know, we've got the Vudoo 360 action. We've got the MG2 from Foundation, running Hawkins bottom metal, running a 360 precision weighted arc rail with an Area 419 barricade stop. I've got all my bipods are accu-tac. I don't even have to say that anymore. Doesn't seem like, but you might notice it looks a little different, like in this section, right? And reason being, we took the 22-inch Bartlein off the gun. I ordered a Krieger blank and had it drop shipped to a very good friend of mine, Kenny, down at Desert Precision Gunworks, or maybe you know him better as Eagle Eye Shooting. He did me a favor and hooked me up with this setup, did all the fitting for me, and so far, the gun's shooting pretty well. Today we're going to do a little bit of ammo testing. Kenny's an Ely guy and I'm kind of an SK guy, but I've got some SK and Lapua set out here on the table, what I have on hand. I also have some Ely match that we're going to test as well, but what I'll do is I will test this run of SK and Lapua first because the lubricants on the shells are the same on the bullets, and then I will have to back up, clean the rifle because I don't want any kind of contamination or anything that will hold up my accuracy. So let's get into this. We're going to start off with SK rifle match. All right guys, so we're going to get this started here. We're going to start with SK rifle match, red and black box. So we're going to come back to 50 yards and we're going to shoot our first group. Parallax back now. Shot a little to the left. I do have a little wind today. That's a pretty good looking group. I'd venture to say that's definitely in the .2s. Definitely for sure. So there's, now we're at 50 yards in case I didn't tell anybody. If I didn't, I'm sure I've put it up on the screen by now. Hopefully I would have remembered that. So next, because of the commonality in the cartridges and the velocity, I'm going to go to Lapua Center X. So for guys who know a little bit about SK, you know, they'll tell you that SK Standard Plus, SK Rifle Match, and Lapua Center X, as well as some of the others in the Center X family, are actually my understanding is they're all the same formula. but just different layers of quality, how many tests they passed or how much quality assurance they managed to get by. So anyway, so Lapua Center X, we got 5 rounds, 50 yards. I'm just gonna move over one target and shoot again. We're in the bullseye. I like that. On the other side, cut the second one. All right. Now I'd venture to say that Center X doesn't look as good as Rifle Match right there. Now I will say this is not the best lot of Center X I've ever had. I've been shooting it a little in some of the other guns. I think the DIY CZ kind of likes it a bit, but I haven't had much luck with it in some of the other, well, my CZ 455, which you guys will get to see in a later video, that gun seemed to like it pretty well. Another ammo we got today, SK semi-auto. I've heard people raving that this stuff is so good. I've never shot it. I've never shot it in anything. I don't know anything about it. I don't know, I don't know anything. I just, we had a couple boxes down at the shop, and I grabbed 100 rounds of it for testing and to show you guys at least what I find on it. We got 5 rounds. SK semi-auto. Let's see if what everybody told me is true. Now, I have no idea if 50 yard zero is going to be relatively close to what the other two are, so we're just going to go for it. Here we go. Looks like it's holding right there. Not bad so far. Holy smokes. Oh, dropped one. I tell you what, I've got 3 in the same hole pretty much. That was SK semi-auto. That looks really promising, considering I've never shot it. Very interested to see, you know, kind of what that can do, just based on the really early results there. It put them first 3 right in the same hole. That is really interesting for me. So next, we're gonna go to one of my favorites, and that's SK Long Range Match. Let's see what we got. We are starting to pick up a little more wind. It's starting to warm up out here today, and it seems like the wind's picking up with it. So here we go. I love that the point of impact, ever since I corrected, has just pretty well stayed. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, that looks pretty good. That looks right up in there with the rifle match, if I have to say so myself. And that was the black and gold box long range match right there. With this 24-inch barrel, I'm curious to see if long range match is a little hotter. Usually it's a little faster than the more standard velocity type stuff. So I'm curious to see what it'll do at distance. Now, I'm here on the home range and I don't have a ton of distance to play with, but I do have a 100-yard target down there. And what I've noticed is a lot of folks are testing ammos and doing what they are. Great, I love to see it. But that was a 50-yard test. Let's go do the same thing down at 100 yards and see which one holds up. Because if I've noticed anything doing this for a while, is that just because it shoots good at 50, doesn't mean it shoots good at 100. If it doesn't shoot good at 100, I'm not so sure it's going to shoot good at 300. But we are picking up wind, so we're going to have to take that into account. I think as of this moment, I've got I probably don't have much right now, 3 to 5, but I did look at the forecast and they were calling for 8 to 10 mile an hour wind today. So let's hurry up, let's get this done so we can get good results and see what we can do. All right, we're gonna shoot for score now, or for the group test. So, all right. So I'm gonna be shooting on the big diamond. We have 4 different ammos to test, so I'm going to go to each point on the big diamond in the middle. We're going to start at the right, and we're going to start with SK rifle match. So here we go. Got a little high. A little high again. Cut the first one. I think that went right in there with them other 2. Last one. Ooh, right in between them. So we got some vertical, but like next to no horizontal dispersion. And I'm pretty sure I got 3 in the same freaking hole. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pulling for rifle match. I'm like, come on, be the ammo. I want this to work. I don't know that it's going to, but I want it to work because I have access to it, and it doesn't cost $20 a box. So, you know, everybody can be mad at me if you want to, but I don't want to run 10X. I want to run $10 a box. I don't want to run 20. I'm sorry, I'm cheap. fat and I'm poor, so bear with me. My wife argues with me. I wouldn't be as poor if I'd quit buying so many guns, or buying parts anymore. I don't really buy that many guns. I buy just parts for guns. And to her point, she may be correct, but then I wouldn't have as much fun. And then what's good in living? What's the point of living, right? If we're not having fun. All right, so now we're moving on. Oh, sorry, I didn't even tell you what I was doing there. We're moving on to Lapua Center X. Bam, right there. In case you didn't know, I don't have fancy little doohickeys to put up on the screen. Probably could, but I have a tendency to be a little lazy some days. So we're gonna move clockwise. We're gonna go to the 6 o'clock position on the diamond and take 5 more shots. Here we go, going hot. Slung it out left. All right, got 2 right there together. Not terrible, but I got that first one. It's hung way out there to the left. And I can't help but wonder if that's wind or me, or maybe it was just a flyer. Like I said, I have not had good luck out of that particular lot of Lapua Center X. So I've shot a lot of Center X in the past, and that stuff usually hammers. So I like Center X, always have. But for some reason, the lot I bought just does not seem to be terribly consistent. But the 4 up there, they're, kind of a nice circular, they're together at least. So move on to the next one. What we got next? We got semi-auto SK. Let's, God, some of these guys are gonna pick on me after this, I know. You got this fancy custom barreled Vudoo. You got a Krieger barrel and had all this cool work done, and you still can't shoot. Oh, hey, you know what? At least I'm having fun. Nah, this gun, if I can find what it likes, she's gonna be a hammer. When you get into the custom stuff, I heard a guy say it one time. Custom guns are kind of like race cars. They're not nearly as dependable as your everyday driver, but man, when they're on, you can't beat them. So, just takes a little more work. A little more work. I say that, I don't know. Here we go. SK Semi-Auto, 100 yards. Please don't hit the GoPro. We're going on the left side of the diamond. That's the closest to my point of aim we've been yet. Uh-oh. Hang on here. Oh, I had a piece of brass hung up. I think part of that may be my stock. my ejection port isn't quite right. Tell you what, I got 2 out, but I got 3 right there, clover leaf together. You know, considering that's SK semi-auto and I'm shooting it in a bolt gun, I'm not terribly upset. I mean, I'm not, it's not what I want to see out of this gun, don't get me wrong, okay? Preface that. But, you know, I really thought it was just gonna shoot like garbage. And, I mean, it's not exactly what I want, but in a pinch, it'd get the job done. So, next, come out of that box. There we go. Next, we go to SK long range match. Let's see what it does, I appreciate y'all bearing with me. If you made it this far into the video, you are dedicated. One day I had to put my analytics on there and pick on everybody, be like, hey, you're only watching like 5 minutes. I'm kind of long-winded, so anyway. A lot of times I talk through all this and I still end up editing over it. All right, long range match, 100 yards, here we go. A little high, but it is a hotter round. Got a little wind. Looks like it's coming in left to right. Oh, I read that wrong. It's right to left. You know, with a little bit of wind down there, I'm tempted to shoot that one again, just because I think that may. It's definitely between long range match and a rifle match. 100% between the two of them. But that is, you know, SK rifle match, SK long range match, SK semi-auto, and Lapua Center X at 50 and 100 yards right here on the Midwest long range bench today. We're using the Vudoo 360, rebarreled by Kenny at Desert Precision Gunworks. Man, I really appreciate it. You did a fine job. We're shooting Maven RS4 in my Foundation Genesis 2. I've got 2 of them. I love them. Oh, they're mine. Anyway, sorry I'm being a nut. Really liking this setup. I really like the balance, the feel. I've always liked the stock, so I mean, that's no secret here. But I'm very, very interested to see where we can go with this new Krieger barrel. you know, and that's just the ammo I have on hand, guys. I would like to try some other lots, do proper lot testing. We all know that's how you find accuracy in these custom guns, right? As much as it is frustrating and it is a rabbit hole, and they, don't get me wrong, as you saw at 50 yards, none of them shot bad. They all shot pretty decent. Some of them shot a lot better than the others. With that being said, at 100, you start to see the differences. And hopefully with time, we can get some longer distances here. I just have to be very careful about how I do it, the way my property lays. But hopefully here pretty soon, we'll stretch this thing out. We'll get out there between 200 and 500 yards and see just what it can do. But stay tuned. We'll be back with another video testing Ely match in the Lapua, or oh God, we'll be back with another video testing Ely match in the Vudoo 360. I appreciate you guys coming. God, I can't talk today. But stay safe, get out there and go shooting. See you next time.